welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be all about getting free things, being an influencer. What can we do to start? How do we get free things? I love that topic. I love free stuff. So, number one, kind of just gonna throw ideas out there. Number one, content. Find your niche. Find what you love as a creator. Whether that's lifestyle, whether that's beauty. Companies want to reach out to someone who kind of has that focus on their content and is content driven in that niche like area, if that makes sense. My niche is makeup. It's always been makeup. I recently got into lifestyle content, so like day in the life or get ready with me for this, like get dressed with me. So my whole point to this, to tip number one, is finding your niche, creating that content that you love based on your creative style and what you like to make. So for example, if I want a company to reach out to me for makeup, I'm not going to post cooking videos, obviously. You know, if you love cooking and you would love for a company to reach out to, or you want a certain brand deal, make cooking videos, you know what I mean? So it's kind of based off of that. I think that's the number one thing that people don't really take into consideration, and it's super important. Number two, put yourself out there. I know number one, we just talked about like content and stuff like that, but you really have to be, along with finding your niche, you have to really love posting and what you're doing and post as much as you can. I fall victim to not being able to post as much as I can. My goal for myself each and every day is to post 3 times a day. The weekends get really tough and I can't really do that sometimes. Even once a day, just to start off small, makes a big difference for your page. I am a full-time student. I'm actually on break right now, which is why I have time to make these videos. I have a month break, but I'm going to be a student teaching again. I'm going to be graduating in May. I have a crazy schedule. I have exams coming up, like crazy schedule, but if you could just make the time to at least post a video a day or something, anything matters, anything counts. So I think that's really important to take into consideration. Another way of putting yourself out there is having socials and contacts anywhere that, any platform that you're using. If you're using Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Have your socials there, have a way for companies and brands to reach out to you. My suggestion is to have your email right there in your bio, with companies to see it. Companies don't want to go through a whole link tree and pull down and look for your contact. I personally would just have that email like right there in square for companies to see the second they go on your page. Another tip number 3, kind of relates to number 2, but it's putting yourself out there in a way where you're reaching out to brands. I found this something to be very intimidating, really scary. I was like, oh my God, I could never picture myself reaching out to brands. Like I literally had so much social anxiety sending an email. I don't know why. I reached out to so many brands and some didn't get back to me. A lot did though. A lot sent me things, and sometimes they don't answer at all. Sometimes they're kind enough just to answer and be like, hey, like we're not doing this at all right now. I'm sorry. Totally fine. I love when I even just get a response, whether it's yes or no. You know, it's always such a kind like gesture. So reach out to brands. I find emails and research through TikTok. I'm not a gatekeeper. I just want to say something. I always see these kinds of videos on TikTok where it's like, this is how you're going to get views and this is how you're going to get sent free stuff. And it's always like, what's the word? It's always like clickbait, you know what I mean? And it's not like real good advice that will like help you. Like I'm not here to gatekeep. I'm telling you guys like fair and square. So I always just see these videos on TikTok and I'm like, it's just a little like loophole that people want to pull you in to kind of get themselves views rather than trying to help someone else. Do your research, find emails on TikTok. I look up like brand emails. So do your research, put yourself out there, and I'm sure if you reach out to brands, they will be more than happy to send you something. But I think in order to have them reach back to you and all that, it really does reflect on like tips number 1 and 2, like being content driven and putting yourself out there. I think consistency is key with this whole thing. But I think for number 3 to happen, number 1 and 2 have happening. You know what I mean? So tip number 4, I always see videos myself, like videos like this that I'm making. Like, I've seen so many videos that are like, oh, you know, go, if you want to work with, I don't know, NARS Cosmetics. If you want to work with NARS, go on their website and see what they're looking for. See what kind of person they're looking for to represent their brand. Personally, I think that's a great idea. But at the end of the day, a brand's going to want you for being yourself. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's not authentic to be like, okay, the brand wants this, so I'm going to be the face of that. I'm going to be exactly what they want. And it's almost like a script, you know? It's not genuine. And that's why I feel like a lot of the people nowadays on like TikTok and stuff kind of blend together pretty, like you can't tell them apart, because we need more like authenticity. And I feel like that is a really great tip. Like if your dream brand that you really want to work with is looking for something and you're like, okay, I think I could target that in my next video. But like, I just feel like being yourself, and no one's like you, so you know, you're unique. Do your thing, do what you love, make your content. And I really do believe that brands will reach out to you based off of that. And all the creators that I watch on TikTok, YouTube are all authentic in their own way. You could look through my following, you'd be like, nothing matches up. I follow so many different kinds of people, so many different kinds of personalities, that's what I look for. Like, I love that. And I feel like that grasps attention. And tip number 5, last but not least, this is so great for small creators. And this is not sponsored. I wish it was. Skeepers Octoly on the App Store. It's free. I think you have to have a minimum of 1,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram, and you have to be active on there. You have to have some kind of engagement just in order for them to accept you. It's a app where they have products. I've gotten so many amazing products. I think my first product on there was an Estee Lauder perfume. I've gotten Saint Tropez self tanner, a milk bronzing stick, some Bobby products, so many products for free. In return, you just make a TikTok video about it based on their guidelines and what they're asking you for. The easiest way to kind of build up a little community for yourself, and I feel like a lot of brands reached out to me because of this. It's the easiest way to like get some free stuff and also make some content. Really a big win-win situation. Skeepers is wonderful. Again, not sponsored. Such a great app. Make sure that you're being active on your socials before downloading Skeepers or starting up with it, because that's what they're looking for. That was my 5 tips for getting free things and starting up as a content creator. I hope these 5 tips helped you guys. This doesn't happen overnight. I slowly started posting on TikTok, and once you keep doing it, have your email notifications on. It's like a little Christmas morning every day when I check my emails. Sometimes brands reach out to me on their own. Just to give you a little example, I don't even have 2,000 followers on my TikTok. I'm trying so hard just to build that community up a little bit. And Princess Polly reached out to me midsummer. Princess Polly reached out to me and I was like, no way. I was so happy, you guys. I'm like beyond grateful. So be yourself. Be content driven. If you want to do it, don't be embarrassed. Don't let anything hold you back. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that fun stuff down below. All my socials and everything will be down below as well. Please go check it out, and go check out my first video that I posted. I think it was last week. It was 5 top makeup products that are my favorite right now. You should go check that out. Thanks for watching if you got up to this point, and I'll see you. Bye.